African music is now on the rise. Africa music is now on the rise and has always been on top. Like Africa music has always performed well. You know, we can't mention the progress of African music and limit it to only Afrobeat. There's no way. You know, African music has always been performing well since the days of the Fela Kuti, the Osibisses, the Saif Keiters, Angelique Kidjo. You know, Angelique Kidjo is still performing. You know, Angelique Kidjo is still doing something great. You understand? Africa music has always been on a rise, and it has really impacted positively on the continent because all these years, and the reason why we didn't see the progress of African music is due to the social media thing. Yeah, way back there weren't anything like Facebook, Twitter, or something. But when you go onto YouTube at the moment, you will see a whole lot of old videos. Like you see a lot of old videos from our legendaries who used to perform around the world, like the Osibisa. Yeah, we can find people like Angelique Kidjo. We can find the likes of who Fela Kuti. All these legendaries performing around the world. Playing major concerts. We can the likes of Riala, how Kenai Suba. They've been performing. They've been performing around the world, and putting the name of Africa on the map. Like they've been really doing well, consistently performing even till date. And it started way back. Like it started way back, even before the 70s. Like from the 60s. African music has really been doing well all these years. You understand? And the progress of African music is not only limited to Afrobeat, even though Afrobeat is now spearheading the whole genus, is spearheading the whole African music agenda at the moment. Like Afrobeat is now it's not the ish of African music. But I don't think, our Two Face African Queen of by Two Face was an Afrobeat. They all played major role in the progress of African music. Two Face African Queen, You Are My African. It was an R&B song. When P Square and Wizkid first came into the game, they were doing R&B. What was the name of their songs? Uncle, please tell. I have a story, and pum 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 pum. This not a temptation. They are all Afro beats. Two Face African Queen. Oh, Two Face had a whole lot of songs that were Afro and that were R&Bs. So all these musics, has to be acknowledged when it comes to the Afro beats. No, when it comes to the progress of African music, and even till date, the Burna Boys and the Wizkids and are still fusing in these foreign genres. In as much as Afrobeat is the main ish, they are still fusing in all these genres. And Charlie, we have to acknowledge that fact. You understand? We have to acknowledge the high life, the amapiano, the hip hop. Nasty C. We can mention people like Nasty C. We can mention the likes of Sarkodie and Manifest. Manifest has been performing on bigger stages, bigger festivals. Look at what Black Sheriff is doing. Black Sheriff is a hip hop musician. You understand? Black Sheriff is a hip hop musician, and he's really performing great. And African music is now on the rise, being recognized on several award schemes. At the moment, African music, has been recognized by the African musicians. I mean, have been recognized by the BETs, the mobiles, the Afrimes. No, let me concentrate on the foreign ones. Yeah, the MTVs, the Billboards, the Grammys, the BET, the mobile, and all those award schemes. You understand? Like Afrobeat has really performed well, and big ups to all the paysetters. Kudos to all the paysetters. Kudos to all the contributors. Those who made it possible for African music to be recognized around the world. But at the moment, when we mention the top musicians, the Afrobeat is from Africa, and today let me not be mediocre. Like let me not play B. How should I say it? Let me be serious with this one. Yeah, Afrobeat is from Nigeria. Like that's the truth. Afrobeat belongs to, like, it's from Nigeria, but at the moment it belongs to the whole of Africa. You understand? At the moment it belongs to the whole of Africa, but Afrobeat is from Nigeria. That one there. I know today you people will not come and beat me. Afrobeat is from Nigeria. That'll be the truth. Now, I've been thinking about this, like the fact that Afrobeat, like, we've created our own genre, and it for it to be, recognized by the outside world, like for it to be recognized by people outside the continent, we still need the validation of all these foreign record labels. Like, I've been thinking, yeah, it's very good. It's very good for us to be signed onto, all the empires, the Atlantic Music, the Warner Music, and all these, bigger record labels. Even me sitting here, if I get all those record labels, Charlie, I will sign onto them. I will sign onto them. But my question is, how many musicians from Africa can be signed onto all these record labels? How many musicians in Africa will get the opportunity to be signed on to Sony Music? How many musicians in Africa will get the opportunity to be signed on to Empire, the Universal Records, the all these record labels that are, currently signing all the big, and they are really performing well, and they are one of the contributors. They are one of the people that are playing major role in the progress of African music. We've discovered our own, the Nigerians, okay, let me say Africans, we discovered our own genre, the Afrobeat, and we've not been able to push it on our own. We still needed the intervention of all these record labels outside the country to be able to, reach the outside markets. And that is, like, it's very good, like, it's very good for us to, get all these deals, because surely we can limit ourselves to, the to our local jurisdictions or something. We can limit ourselves to the local industry. But before all these records will come and sign, we the local musicians and all these African, yeah, the African musicians, we need to also help ourselves. We need to also help ourselves by creating our own platforms. We need to help ourselves by creating all our own platforms. I know people will go like, okay, yeah, Africans are not ready to do it because, yeah, Africans, we don't really support ourselves. But let me tell you something. It's all about dreaming. All these Grammy Awards and, the BETs that we are fighting to, be on, started from somewhere. They had their own challenges. They had their own challenges. How many record labels, like, in Africa, the moment we dream and, we get discouraged by our fellow black people, we all go like, child, let's forget about these dreams and, go with the norms. Meanwhile, we are also human beings. Like, we are also human beings who can create opportunities for ourselves. I want to wake up one day and see an Africa signing a musician in America. You understand? I want to wake up one day and see, let's say, maybe a Jimmy Ralph signing, let's say, who? An American top artist. We can't, leave all these burdens for all the foreign record labels to come be signing. Oh, who is that? Yeah, we can't leave all these burdens on the, foreign record labels to be coming down to sign. Yes, Charlie. I'm not saying we shouldn't get signed on to all the bigger record labels. Charlie is very good, but we should also impart, like, we should also bring something on board. You understand? How many record labels do we even have around in Africa? We only, okay, in Nigeria, I only know of Chocolate City. I know of Maven Records. I know of which Olamide's Records. I've forgotten the name here. In Ghana, I can only mention of Links Entertainment, right? Links Entertainment. We used to have Xylophone, and, it got collapsed, and yeah, we have Links Entertainment, Xylophone, and, these are the major record labels that I can remember. You understand? We need more record labels and we need our own platforms. Can you imagine that the whole of Africa, we don't even have our own streaming platforms? It's only Mr. Easy trying to do something, with his Empower. And, I think we should all support Mr. Easy to achieve this dream, so that Africans, we can also own our own musics. Like we can own our own, African music will not reign forever. Like this is the new sensation. Yeah, even though Afrobeat is the new sensation at the moment, but in the next 10 to 15, 10, 20 years back, we should be able to also look back and go like, okay, during the reign, during the reign of Afrobeat, this is what we were able to do to add to add value to African music, because the Afrobeat can just vanish and like the Afrobeat, the whole Afrobeat vibe can get vanished, and at the end of the day we will make nothing out of it, because at the moment Burna Boy, Davido, Ashake, all these musicians who are really doing well at the moment, there none of them is doing it by the courtesy of by the courtesy of an African record label. You understand? It's very good. Like, yeah, we need all these record labels. I've been saying it. Like, I've been saying it back to back that even in Ghana, we need all these record labels. But before then, we should also help ourselves. You understand? Before then, we should also create our own platforms, because not every musician in the world, no, not every musician in Africa can, get signed on to, these major record labels. You understand? Not all the African musicians are not all African musicians will get the opportunity signed onto this record label. You understand, Charlie? We should create this huge platform. I think there's this journalist in Nigeria, entertainment journalist called Joy Akan. He really mentioned this, and people went after him. Like, I don't know, the like people went after him, and yeah, but his contribution was positive. His contribution was really really positive, and I don't know why people were after him, because it also contributes to the progress of African music. Gone are I remember way back when Don Jazzy and the band used to, they got signed on to Kanye West good music. Where they went to meet Jay-Z's, and they were the pace setters. We used to have these kind of collaborations where, why don't we also create the platforms where one day we wake up and go like, okay, there is an African who has been able to sign an American musician who has blown around the world. For instance, just imagine Justin Bieber being signed by, let's say, a fun time entertainment, or let's say Justin Bieber got signed on to more hits. No, more hits no more. Let's say Justin Bieber got signed on to Maven Records. You understand, Charlie? We also need to move. We also need to move as Africans. Charlie, we also need to, progress as Africans. You understand, Charlie? All this money, yeah. For Burna Boy, Davido, and Burna Boy, Davido, Rema on, they are playing all the major concerts around the world by the help of foreign record labels. Yeah, they are really performing well by the help of all the foreign record labels. Yeah, Charlie, they have the links, they got all the links and all those kind of stuff. Yeah, Charlie, that be truth. But not all African musicians will get the opportunity to sign on to Sony Music. You understand? They and all the money they make, no, will remain outside there. Charlie, we also have to make our own money as African music. Charlie, let's make money from the new sensation. Let's make money from the Afrobeat that is reigning at the moment. You understand? Let's make money for how many people made money from hip hop? By like, yeah, hip hop, except maybe we the hip hop musicians who are doing it on our own in Africa. But when hip hop came out, yeah, no, or let's say reggae music, reggae is from Jamaica. Yeah, reggae dancehall. They've okay. Let's look at Jamaica for instance. They have their own platforms at the moment. Yeah, they have their own, bigger record labels where, they've signed musicians who have even been able to win Grammys. Look at the VP Records. Yeah, am I right? VP, right? They are really doing well. You know, Jamaica of about, let's say, 5 million, between 2 million to 5 million population, they are doing it. So we can also do it as Ghanaians, as Nigerians, as Charlie. Yeah. Let's create our own world. Let's create our platforms. If we get signed on to, let's say, the Atlantics and Warner Music and, Sony Musics, it will be a plus. It will be a plus. But before then, we should also try to, uh, work for ourselves. Yeah, Charlie. Kindly subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and always stay connected. My name is Jimmy Rafa and Timing.